Cinderella, a Roald Dahl revolting rhyme. Presented to you by BATTEN! I guess you think you know the story. You don't. The real one's much more gory. The phony one, the one you know, was cooked up years and years ago and made to sound all soft and sappy just to keep the children happy. Mind you, they got the first bit right. The bit where, in the dead of the night, the ugly sisters, jaws and all, departed for the palace full, while darling little Cinderella was locked up in a slimy cellar, where rats who wanted things to eat began to nibble at her feet. She bellowed, "Help!" and "Let me out!" The magic fairy heard her shout. Appearing in a blaze of light, she said, "My dear, are you all right?" "All right?" cried Cindy. "Can't you see? I feel as rotten as can be." She beat her fist against the wall and shouted, "Get me to the ball! There is a disco at the palace, the rest have gone, and I am jealous. I want a dress, I want a coach, some earrings and a diamond brooch, and silver slippers, 2 of those, and lovely nylon pantyhose. Done up like that, I'll guarantee the handsome prince will fall for me." The fairy said, "Hang on a tick." She gave her wand a mighty flick, and quickly, in no time at all, to see her dancing with the prince. She held him very tight and pressed herself against his manly cheeks. The prince himself was turned cold. All he could do was dance and go. Then midnight struck. She shouted, "Heck! I've got to run to save my neck!" The prince cried, "No! Alas!" Alack! He grabbed her dress and to hold her back. As Cindy shouted, "Let me go!" the dress ripped from head to toe. She ran out in her underwear and lost one slipper on the stair. The prince was on it like a dart. He pressed it to his pounding heart.
"The girl that slipper fits,"
he cried.
"Tomorrow morn she'll be my bride. I'll visit every house in town until I've tracked the maiden down."
Then rather carelessly like that, he placed her on a crate of beer. Then once one of the ugly sisters, the one whose face was blotched with blisters, sneaked up and grabbed the dainty shoe and quickly flushed it down her nose. Then in its place she calmly put the slipper of her own foot. Aha, you see, the plot grows thicker as Cindy's luck starts looking sicker. Next day, the prince went charging down to knock on all the doors in town. In every house, the tension grew. Who was the owner of the shoe? The shoe was long and very wide, and not a foot got lost inside. It also smelled a wee bit icky. The owner's feet were hot and sticky. Thousands of eager people came to try it on, but all in vain. Now came the ugly sisters go. One tried it on. The prince screamed, "No!" But she screamed, "Yes!" And Prince, "Whipping! So now you get to marry me." The prince went white from ear to ear. He muttered, "Let's get out of here." "Oh, no, you don't. They have found it. No way you back up now."
"Off with her head!"
The prince roared back. They chopped it off with one big whack. This pleased the prince. He smiled and said,
"She's prettier without her head."
And up princess to number 2, who yelled, "Now I will try this too."
"Try this instead."
The prince yelled back. He swung his trusty sword and smack! Her head went crashing to the ground, a bouncing bit and rolled around. In the kitchen, peeling spuds, Cinderella heard the thuds of bouncing heads upon the floor and poked her own head round the door. "What's all this racket?" Cindy cried.
"Mind your own
chops off heads. How could I marry anyone who does that sort of thing for fun?
The prince cried. Who's this dirty slut? Off with her nuts! Off with her nuts!
Just then, all in a blaze of light, the magic fairy hopped in sight. Her magic wand went swish and swish. Cindy, she cried, come make a wish. Wish anything and have no doubt that I will make it come about. Cindy answered, oh kind fairy, this time I shall be weary. No more princes, no more money. I have had my taste of cunning. I'm wishing for a decent man, the hard to find. Do you think you can? Within a minute, Cinderella